Educators with Kimmi. I'm your host, number one notary educator, Kimmi Nunnally. What's up? What's up? How's it going, people? How is it going? I'm going to let YouTube do what it does. It has to notify you that I'm live. Yes, I had a few minutes today. So I said, let's talk about some notary things. What's going on in these streets? Y'all can tell me what's going on where you are. And today's topic is going to be about pricing your services. But for those of you who may be brand new, welcome again. Those who will listen to the podcast, those who will watch the replay. And I am Kimmi Nunnally. I am in the great state of Georgia, but I train notaries nationwide. That's right, all 50 states, how to have a great foundation in their business. Because I know without a proper foundation, knowing your notarial duties, you have no business doing business. So what does that look like? Your acknowledgments, your jurats, all the stuff that most people don't want to get in the dirt with you about, right? So I say that because a lot of times people want to get you when you are cleaned up. But I don't mind. Let's start from the beginning. I'm a beginning kind of person. I got you from when you don't know nothing to when you are running your successful notary business and thanking me later. How about that? So, hey guys, welcome. Hey, welcome. We got a couple people in the house. How are you guys doing? Where are you dropping in from? Don't be shy. If you have any questions too, please feel free to drop them. So today we are talking about how to price your notary services, okay? And I actually wrote a whole book about it because you would think, I need a whole book about how to price my notary services. Boom, you do. The book that I wrote is called Pricing Your Notary Services. Let's talk about the money. And guess what? As normal with notary educators, it's not that complicated. But you do have to talk about the money, guys. We have to talk about the money. And you have to know how to price your services properly. It is a skill to pricing your services. There is a skill to pricing your services. Hey, LD. What's up? What's up? LD Fon Rose is from Georgia. Yes. Welcome. Yeah, it's a skill set to pricing your notary services. I was in a Facebook group, just happened to randomly be checking out, I just skim through groups sometimes. And this particular person said they charged $14 for a job. $14. And they were in the group saying, oh, I feel so bad. I underpriced my services. I'm thinking to myself, you think? There is not too much I'm doing for $14. Matter of fact, I can tell you right now, there's nothing I'm doing for $14. Okay. Nothing. I don't even put my vehicle out the driveway under 50. Okay. So pricing your services is an art. Pricing your services is an art. It's a skill. Okay. Why do I say that? Because one, everybody don't know how to do it. And anytime anybody don't know how to do everything, or everyone doesn't know how to do something, it becomes a skill set. And everybody does not know how to price their services. When you think about pricing your services, you have to know how to price for loan signing. You have to know how to price for ink fingerprinting. You have to know how to price for apostilles. You have to know how to price for field inspections. You got to know how to price when people need additional services. I mean, it's a whole situation. You got to learn how to counter offer. You got to learn how to, when you are counter offering, what does that sound like, right? So I actually have a whole book, like I just showed you. Boom. Pricing your services. It's not that complicated. And then not only do I have the book that I wrote about this, but also there's a course. And I have the course that's inside the membership, or you can buy it individually at 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. I have had many people really appreciative of the course and the book because they didn't know how to price their services. So I'm going to give you a few tips. That's how I do. I'm not just going to come on here and try to sell you the book, even though you need the book, because I want you to be a pro. Anything you do over here, we do it like a what? We do it like a what? We do it like a pro. Even pricing our services. We price our services like a pro. Okay? Everything we do it. Okay? We do it like a pro. We do it like a pro. So let's give you some tips on how to price your services. So the first thing I always like to see is, what kind of job is it? What do they need? What kind of papers? What kind of documents? Now, some people may argue, well, it doesn't really matter what type of paper or piece of paper that they have or what kind of document they have, because at the end of the day, a notarization is a notarization is a notarization. Right? Wrong? Wrong, wrong, and wrong. Hey guys, welcome. I always use the illustration that I drive a Honda. If I need a key for my Honda, a replacement key, guess where your girl can go? Right on Amazon, right to Home Depot, right? My sister drives a Lexus. Okay? She drives a Lexus. Her key costs $350. My key is under five. Is there a difference in the price? Yeah, but a key is a key, right? A key is a key. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. A key is not a key. It depends on what kind of car it is, right? A car is a car, right? If I need a battery for my Honda, if somebody else needs a battery for their Lexus or Mercedes or their, what is that? Um, my friend needed a battery one time for a hybrid car that a Toyota. It was a Toyota. Her battery was $3,000. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? The car wasn't even worth $3,000, but she needed a $3,000 battery. Hey Lisa, what's up? What's up? Yeah, what's up with that? So when somebody tells you and you're pricing your services that, oh, it's just a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. A piece of paper is a piece of paper. That's the wrong answer. That's from someone. I can't even get it out, y'all, because that conversation really kind of gets me. That's from someone who doesn't know how to price their services. Okay, they don't know their value. They don't know the value of their commission, and they're passing that on to other people, right? So a piece of paper is not a piece of paper. It's not. What's the value of that piece of paper? Okay, what's the worth? What's happening with that piece of paper? What's happening with that piece of paper? And clearly, a piece of paper is not just a piece of paper, because when even you think about the dollar bill, it's all paper, right? But you want $100 bill or a dollar bill? Come on now, talk to me. Which one do you want? Right? You want the $100, not a dollar. So a piece of paper is a piece of paper, right? Wrong, not in notary world. Okay, so you have to learn how to price your services. So again, that's the first thing I want to know. What kind of document is it? Okay, then you need to think about, well, how far am I driving? Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. We're just talking about pricing our services. I was in a Facebook group and I saw somebody, maybe you saw this too, and I hope it's not you, because I've had that happen before. They like, Miss Kimmi, that's me. Maybe you saw it too, but I was in a Facebook group. Oh yeah, hit the like button for me, guys. Thank you. And somebody put in there that they had priced the service for $14. And afterwards they felt terrible. I was like, $14? I would have felt terrible too. There's nothing I'm doing for $14. Nothing. Nothing in my business. I don't have anything I can offer you for $14. My service is, like I said earlier, to even just pull my truck out the drive, okay? It starts at 50, and that's if I'm going around the block. I don't care where I'm going. Now, my lowest service I offer is 25, and that's if they travel to me. That's if they travel to me. Now, in your area, that may look different, okay? So pricing, again, is so many variables when it comes to pricing your services. It really is. It really is. There's no set price. And I did have one person leave a review about the book, and they said, well, Kimmi, I loved everything in the book. It gave me everything I needed to think about when pricing my services, but you don't tell me exactly how much to charge. I cannot. If you're in California, you probably can charge 3 to 4 times what I could charge here in Georgia, right? I'm in a suburb of Atlanta. Somebody in the heart of Atlanta, right there in the Hamptons, can charge more than me being out here in the suburbs. So that's why I can't tell you an exact price, but I give you such things to think about in this book that you will doggone know how to price your services, okay? So, or in the course. In the course, I'm actually talking it out. But either way, you're going to win. You know you're going to win. So we got some comments. Let's see. Hey, Agent Dawkins. I love the name. Says, so true. But $14, yep, is way too low. $14 is what they put in that Facebook group. And I was like, well, what possessed them to go do a job for $14? But then, you guys, I have to always think about it. And this is what I talk about in my mentorship program, too. A lot of times when things are happening in these notary streets, it's because people lack knowledge. And I always tell my mentees and my notary family that, you guys are investing in your knowledge to learn this business. So they're going to be way more advanced than somebody out here just trying to figure it out. That person that spent $14, that charged $14, had they been in mentorship, they would have knew right from the first job out, I'm not charging $14. I'm not charging 14. Membership pays for itself. Okay. You ever seen that commercial? I think that used to be the old American Express commercial. Membership has its advantages or its benefits or something. Membership does. In our notary mentorship, we talk about everything. We talk about the pricing. We talk about um what is this? Add a Q&A sticker. Oh, something YouTube trying to get me to do. Yeah, but in mentorship, we talk about the pricing. So what else do I think about when I'm talking about pricing? Looking at what kind of document. We already talked about that. I'm also thinking about how far do I have to drive? Am I going right around the block? Am I going 30 minutes this way, 30 minutes that way? 30 minutes this way to one direction may look different than going 30 minutes to the city, right? I'm looking at all of that. When I do my pricing, guys, I don't play about the pricing. I do not play. Now, could I be a little firmer and a little bit higher than most? I could probably be a little bit higher. A lot of times I don't charge the most because I'm thinking volume. I want that client long term. I could charge them, hey, you know what? This 2 pieces of paper are gonna be $150, right? For depending on what it is. But then I'm thinking long term. Could I go there, be back, and do everything I need to do in an hour and it's 75? Maybe. I have a goal and you should have one too. How much do you need to make in your business? I always ask myself that. Now, I don't just willy-nilly price my services, right? I don't willy-nilly price my services where, okay, I got to pay my light bill today, so I think I'm going to charge this. Oh, no, my gas bill is due tomorrow, so I think I'm going to charge that. Oh, no, that's not how we run up. That's not how you run a business. So when I say I think about how much I want to make, I already have a preset determined amount what I want for each job. Okay. Just depending on what it is. Just depending on what it is. Again, I look at all these different variables. So every single client, I'm not charging the same thing. And you should not be charging every single client the same thing because you're either costing yourself money or you're overcharging. Right? You got to ask these screening questions. You have to ask questions. I always say questions equal money. People that know me 5 years, what I've been saying, questions equal money. Say it again for the people in the back. Questions equal money because every time you ask your client a question, you're getting clarity. Every time you ask a question, you're getting clarity. And not only are you getting clarity, but it's going to change. Your client started off calling you saying, oh, it's only going to be $2, right? Per the state of Georgia. It's $2 for a notary, right? Oh, that's what you thought. Now we're asking questions. Questions equal money. Oh, how many signers are there? Where's the signing happening? What time do you need it? Do you need printing? Do you need witnesses? Every question equals money. Questions equal money. Okay, so we got to get in the habit of talking. A lot of us don't want to talk, but we got to talk to these clients. You cannot just say, get on my calendar. No, get on my calendar for what? I love tools too, like the next person, Calendly and all that, right? I love all that. But you ain't just getting on my calendar until we have a conversation. Okay? You are not. I don't want you disappointed, and I sure don't want to be disappointed. So we got to talk about some things, okay? Can you imagine somebody picking you up for a date and y'all ain't had no conversation? You just saw this person online. I'll be there to pick you up at 7. Oh, you will? Where are we going? What's the restaurant? Are we going to dinner? Are we going to a club? Are we going to the park? Where are we going? Questions. You got to ask questions, people. So yeah, I'm all about these fancy tools and you can just book with me and I'll be there and all that. I'm all for that too. But I need to know. I need some definite answers. What's going on? Okay. Same thing in your notary business. Look, questions equal money. Questions equal money. You got to know what you're walking into. Be prepared. Okay. Nikki says, and please feel free to ask any questions you may have. Nikki M.E. Well, I guess it's probably Nikki Me 314 says, I just became a notary. Where can I find the basics as far as how to sign the different documents? So it's not just about signing the documents, Nikki. It's not just about signing them. You have to, it's a skill, everything. People think I could just sign a document. I'm good to go. At the end of the day, that is what's going to happen, but you need to know the who, what, when, where, why. Are you signing it? Are you signing it correctly? So I would recommend our mentorship program. Our mentorship program covers 16 different courses. It might be 17. Loan signing agent, how to properly notarize, how to do estate/trust packages. All of that is included because you need to know a little bit about everything depending on what you want to do in the business. That would be my first question I would ask you too, Nikki. What do you want to do with the business? Okay, so to answer your question, if you don't want to join mentorship, no pressure, but I would at least start with Notarize like a pro. If you were going to buy one course from me to properly know how to do your notarial duties, one course, just one. Okay. We want you in mentorship because we want to teach you the business, right? The whole business. And you're saying you want to do all of that. But if you want to get started right away, Notarize like a pro. Notarize like a pro. And I'm actually using still coupon code Friday. As long as I remember, guys, and if you're watching this later, you can still use it. Coupon code is Friday. It's only valid off the single courses, right? So if you want to buy Notarize like a pro, I think it's like 30 something right now. So you can check that out. Notarize like a pro would be the one course to get you started. And then again, if you want to continue to learn all these different parts of the business that we talk about, field inspection, wedding officiant. I have a course on all of these, and it's all inclusive in the mentorship. But you got wedding officiant, teach you how to be a wedding officiant, what steps are required. Some notaries can just be one in their state. They don't have to have anything additional. Florida is one. Okay. Then we have the I-9 form. Now, only person should not be filling that out is California unless you have a special bonding. But other than that, everybody else should be learning how to complete that I-9 form. In fingerprinting, same thing. We have courses on all of this. So I really encourage you to play around with our website, notaryeducators.com. And that's going to really help you to see what's best for you. There's a $27 point entry where you can have access to your 5 core training. And then we meet weekly live. Every week we meet for years. We've not missed one session. The October schedule is up also at the website, notaryeducators.com. Tomorrow night's session is about customer service. And that is so important because a lot of us don't know how to do customer service, guys. We don't. And what you see on TV is not what happens in real life. Okay. It's not. TV makes it fun to be sarcastic with your clients and all this and all that. Real life is old-fashioned customer service. So tomorrow, one of our actual mentees, Lori Wilson, is going to be taking the lead on that. So she'll be teaching tomorrow. I'll be there too, of course, but she'll be starting off our session tomorrow with customer service tips. So every week we meet. Okay. Again, if you missed something, the replays are there. Matter of fact, you have access to all the old replays too. So check it out. But if you're going to just start out, Nikki, make sure you do Notarize like a pro if you don't do nothing else. Okay, Notarize like a pro. Then you can always double back, and we'd love to have you in our actual mentorship program, okay? But I really recommend getting good training. I'm telling you, you have to get good training. You have to. People will get out there and just try to wing it. Well, because my state told me I don't need no training, and your state may not require any, but these signing companies are going to require it. If you were doing my documents, I would think that you had been trained. You know what I'm saying? So it's so funny because the horror stories, I'm telling you, and what I see in these Facebook groups, I pray for people sometimes. I'm like, oh, I wish they could just find me. And I'm not getting in every Facebook group saying, you need to come take my training. I don't do that. I never have, never will. It's very rare. I'll even comment on a post. It's very rare. And I don't have time to get in there trying to correct all these wrong things. People put pictures in their documents. What goes here? Can somebody tell me what goes here? They asking random people now who also haven't been trained properly. Can you tell me what goes on this? They take a picture of the document and say, can you tell me what goes here? Your name. Can you look at this and tell me what goes here? Oh, the state that you live in? So certain things, red flags. I'm like, you should not be out there notarizing nobody's documents. Okay. I'm sorry. You should not. All right. Let's see. We got Sheila says, good afternoon. Hey, Sheila. Just starting to think about, wait a minute, just starting to think about starting right away. Do I need to sign up with the NNA? You do not. You do not need to sign up with them right away. So some of the benefits of signing up with the NNA eventually are, of course, if you want to do the background check with them, and you don't have to be a member to do the background check for loan signing. Okay, you don't have to be a member. I am a member of the NNA. I am a member. I've been a member for 2 years, I guess, because I'm actually an NNA ambassador. Okay, what does an NNA ambassador do? Advocate for notaries, basically. And I do that anyway, without their title. With or without the NNA, I've been advocating for notaries and teaching you what to do properly since I've been on YouTube, right? That's why I started my whole channel. So I am an actual NNA ambassador though. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't want people getting caught up in, well, I gotta go get this title. I gotta go. No, you don't. You don't have to have all these fancy certifications. You don't. And that's why, yeah, I could put something out there and say, you know what, let's get you certified. And all of our courses do come with a certification. They do, but you don't need a certification. You need to know the knowledge and you need to be able to execute. You need to be able to do, okay? To do it. Just because you got a piece of paper don't mean you know how to do it. You ever had somebody at one of your jobs and they come and they have this fancy degree and you've been doing a job forever, right? You've been in the management. You haven't had the title of management, but you've been doing a job forever. And they bring somebody in off the street because they got a piece of paper. And you like, she don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. I know more than them. Why are they the manager? Why? I've had that happen to me so many times. And I never wanted to be their manager, okay? My management would ask me, did I want to be in management? I'm like, nah, because my sales has always been out the box, right? I sell naturally, but I don't sell junk. I never did, even in my work. When I worked for the bank, I have a banking background. I would not just sell anything. My management already knew, Kim, why your numbers low? Well, because that person that need that, I'm not just gonna sell them that. I remember when I started like my financial change in my own life a long time ago. And I told my manager, I said, I cannot sell these young people credit cards and they don't need it. He was like, well, how is that up to you to decide what they need? So anyway, I had to rethink it. And if I did mention to someone about a credit card or a service like that though, I'm also going to talk to them about the pros and the cons. Okay. You're going to know everything by the time you leave. And then you can make an informed decision. Do you really need the credit card? But I'm not just going to sell it to you because I got a quota to meet. That's not how I do business. That's not how I did business then. That's not how I do business now. So I will tell you the truth. So do you need NNA to get started? You do not. And then also part of our membership is 7 days a week assistance. Like they have a 5 day a week at the NNA where you can call if you need help with documents. So we have that included in our mentorship. So again, we're 7 days a week, they're 5. So I don't say not have it because it's a nice backup. I'll call them even if I need to. I'll be like, hey, what you think about such? Typically, the NNA is just going to look at your handbook. That's why the first thing I teach you in the mentorship in the Notarize Like a Pro course is get your handbook. Hello, my name is Kimberly. I want to be a notary. Second thing I tell you is get your handbook. Get your handbook because you have to go by your state handbook. So a lot of times people even ask us, well, how is it that you're able to teach all 50 states? How do you do that? Well, the main thing is you have to know what your state says, right? So I'm going to always tell you to get your handbook. But aside from the handbook, everything else that we do together as notaries is nationwide. There's a few little caveats here and there, like I can't do remote here in Georgia. But other than that, most of the same duties and same documents, we see the same thing nationwide. It don't matter where you're located, okay? I compare it to this. If I'm a doctor and some people say, well, I only want to see a white doctor. I only want to see a black doctor. Guess what? It don't matter what color that doctor is. As long as in your body, every human body, the heart is in the same place. The eyes are in the same place unless it's an alien, right? The ears are in the same place. So he don't have to see a white person, a white body, a black body, an Asian body. No. Wherever an eye doctor is, he can look at anybody's eyes because they're in the same place. An ear doctor, audiologist, he can look at anybody's ears. It's in the same place. Cardiologist, he can look at anybody's heart. It's in the same place. It works the same thing in your notary business. Once you know what to do, you know what to do. It don't matter what kind of piece of paper it is. It don't matter where the person is located. You know how to handle it. And that's what we do at Notary Educators. We teach you how to handle any piece of paper, even a piece of toilet paper. And I got the video on the channel to show you. So yes, you can see it here. Okay. All right. So do you need the NNA? Nah, but it's a $69 per year investment. I say it's an investment in your business because it's a plan B. If you need to call them for whatever reason, they're there. Okay. Monday through Friday though. And they are on West Coast time for East Coast people, it's brilliant. You get all those extra hours. Well, let me take that back. Because if you're starting out your job on the East Coast, you have a signing at 9 o'clock, they're not open yet. That's why you need notary educators. Our chat runs about 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 p.m. Yeah, because we have a lot of people on the West Coast. We have a lot of California people, Nevada, Texas, a lot of Texans. All right, Davina. Hey, Davina. How are you? Davina's in mentorship. Also with Lisa on the 7th video now, pushing it hard this week. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then, Davina, just take your time and you should be able to start executing too. You don't have to watch all of the videos in the mentorship program before you can start. Typically, by the time you've watched Notarize Like a Pro, the Specialty General Notary, Estate/Trust, you should be ready to go start making some money. And then we're going to eventually add all those additional services, right? You don't have to watch every single course, every single replay before you get started. Let's start making some money. And we can talk about that tomorrow in session. Okay. Are you making the live sessions, Davina? Because I find that people that come to the live sessions and are in the chat progress much more rapidly than those that are not. Yeah. So the live sessions are priceless. Hey, a place for her. I love the heart. Hey, Kimmi in the chat saying hello. Welcome, welcome. Sheila says, do they require a yearly background check? Yep, they do. They do. They do. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm not doing this. But a lot of people are, okay? I'm not doing this. I always like to tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what's out there and you make your own decision. A lot of people are straying away from getting the background check because they're thinking, well, I don't really need that in order to do loan signings. And they are correct. They are correct. You do not have to go through the NNA. You do not. I do loan signings all day before I even became a member of the NNA from direct service, right? Direct. That means people calling you from your Google page. They don't ask you if you're NNA certified. They don't ask you if you're NNA background check. They do not. But, if you want to work with the major players, okay, I'm going to be clear. If you want to work with the major players in this industry, in this notary business, they do require an NNA background check, okay? NNA. Now, some people say, well, I can go get my background check from wherever. Go for it. But we found even in our mentorship that there are people who did their background check away from the NNA. They chose another company and then it wasn't accepted. So I'm going to always tell you the right thing to do, right? I'm going to always tell you the right thing to do. What my recommended way is of doing this thing for all these years, right? And then you get to choose at the end of the day. Because some people are like, well, I'm not renewing my membership. It's all this. It's all that. I don't get into that. That's not my fight. My fight is to run my notary business. And for me and my business, I do their background check and their test every single year since I've been a notary. Every single year. It started out, I think it's $79. Now it's up to $99 for the basic package. So what we tell people to do at Notary Educators is you get the basic package because you got to take their test and you have to take their background check. Then let us train you. We prefer you to now. I used to have a different stance on that. I used to say, well, go do all that first and then come to us. But now I realize that a lot of people wasn't able to pass the test because they didn't know nothing about being a notary, period. This is when we first started. So when people would ask me, I said, go ahead and get all that first and then come back. But now I realize, no, you need to learn all this first and then go. That prepares you for the test with them, okay? So we do have a loan signing agent course that is included in the background. That is included in the mentorship program. Or you can buy that separately too. Coupon code Friday, still using Friday, 70% off. I don't think I said that earlier. Coupon code Friday, FRIDAY, 70% off. And that's if you're catching this, okay? If you're catching it today, feel free to use that coupon code. And whenever you're watching this, I'll still try to have that code out, okay? They should expire, and it may expire, so I can't guarantee nothing past today, okay? I can't guarantee anything past today, but right now the coupon code is out there, and coupon code is Friday, okay? FRIDAY. 70% off any of the self-paced courses. So you better stock up. That includes the Apostille course too. The Apostille course, the Estate/Trust course, the Wedding Officiant course, the field inspection, all of it. So check out the website, okay? Just like I said, kind of take your time and play around with it. Don't rush through it and just buy this and then come back and say, well, I really wanted the mentorship. Take a day or so, think about it. We're gonna be here. You ain't gotta rush. We're gonna be here. You're welcome, Sheila. You're welcome. Debbie says, how long do you have to be in the mentorship program? That's completely up to you. We have people that's been with us from day one, literally for years, because they see the value. We meet every week. You wouldn't think it's that much to talk about in these notary streets, but I guarantee you, I promise you, every week is something different. Every week is something different. So you stay as long as you need to stay. Yeah, we give ongoing support. So it's not just the education piece, but we actually support you in your business. What else does that look like when we talk about the mentorship program? It's ideas. We have people now doing a lot of social media. They've been sharing some tips on how they're building their social media profile. I talk about all that kind of stuff, but it's nothing like the group, and you're with like-minded people. So it's really an investment in your business. Tax write-off too. You always need a tax write-off. So it's tax deductible. We meet every week. Different topic. Again, tomorrow night is all about customer service. Next month, our first session next month, I'm working on November's calendar as we speak. And yeah, go ahead and drop your questions, guys. Drop your questions. Next month rather, our first session is going to be like a meet and greet. Because I just want people to kind of chit chat and talk. We all are from all over, and we want to do all these different meetups and stuff. I'm not saying that we can't and that we won't, but it's hard for people to travel. It's hard for people to get their schedules together. So we meet weekly and we kind of know each other. But next week, I keep saying next week, but next month, it's going to be like a chill, our first session. And I just want us, everybody have bring a little glass of wine, whatever you sipping. It could be some tea, whatever. We just kind of chit chat and just kind of talk about where are we in our business. I think I'm going to start implementing that. Maybe monthly. I think maybe the first of every month we might start doing that just as a given, and then the rest of the sessions, and it can still, we still will do our coaching because it's all about coaching, right? We got to get these businesses going. But I like that idea. So I was telling my husband, because people really want to get together, but it's just hard for everybody to travel. People don't have no money. People out of work. It's a lot going on right now. It really is. So I'm not trying to add any burdens for anybody. But we will definitely do things so we can, and we talk in the chat anyway, but it's nothing like that face to face, even if it's via Zoom, So, Debbie says, oh yeah, so you can stay at mentorship as long as you want to. It's not a requirement, no minimum, no maximum. You stay as long as you want. Cancel anytime. Only thing about cancellation, you need to cancel 3 days before your next payment. So you can't let your payment hit on the 15th and say, oh, I really wanted to cancel. Well, you should have did it on the 12th, right? So anywhere you go, there are rules and regulations, okay? There are instructions. So you have to follow the instructions. You can always start in the $27 package, because the $27 package still gets you those weekly trainings, those weekly live trainings. We all meet together, one big family. Boop, 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 one big family. And then you could always upgrade, which is what a lot of people do. They like to start at the 27 and kind of just get a feel for what's going on. What they doing over there, notary educators? I need to know what they doing. So they start out with the 27, and that's all good too. Whatever you want to do, we're here for you. If it's self-paced, you got that option. 70% off coupon code Friday. If you want to join the $27 plan, you can start off there, or you can go ahead with the Mac Daddy, which is a $47 plan, whatever you want to do. Sometimes people will downgrade from the 47 to the 27. So you have options. I mean, we're not trying to hold you hostage. Whatever works best for you and your budget, and mainly whatever works best for you and your business. What works for you and your business, okay? Hey, Tony, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Hey, Chris. Chris says, I'm new here. I got my notary only for my job. As an office manager, what would you suggest I need? Chris, we love people like you. We call you a work notary. And that's what you are. Right now, you're a work notary because you got it for your job, right? You didn't get it for your business. You got it for their business. You're making them money. So what we like to do is take you from a work notary and make you a business owner. Make you a business owner notary. So what would I recommend for you? You already have your commission, right? But again, that's for them. So what I'm going to recommend you do is, first of all, find out, first get this book right here, Start Your Notary Business, for your state, okay? I just happen to have here Florida, Indiana, and Georgia, but every state has their own book. So get the book for your state. For your state, that's where we're going to start out. Then once you, it's a very quick read because people don't like to read. I'm not saying that about you, but most people don't. So, but it's a quick read. It's very interesting too because it'll tell you all the different things you can do as a notary, right? Which is going to light a little fire under you. You're going to be like, what? I didn't know you could do that. Which I'll tell you something. We already been talking about it. Field inspection, apostilles. I mean, all the different things you've been hearing about, right? So, so I would say start there with the book and then double back and join our mentorship program and let us train you properly. Because what happens at work, Chris, is your manager will bring you in documents or whoever your client is, and you just stamping, stamp, 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 stamp. You don't know why you stamping it. If you should be stamping it, right? Not, your job didn't give you any training. I guarantee you they did not. If anything, they said, write down what you're doing right here. Other than that, stamp these papers. That's not a business owner, okay? And even that can get you in trouble, okay? So check out Notarize Like a Pro. If you don't do anything else with us, check out Notarize Like a Pro. That's your main course to get you started. And that is coupon code Friday, 70% off, okay? And that's going to teach you your basic notarial duties. Because even if it's a work notary, even as a work notary, you need to know how to properly notarize documents, okay? And a lot of times you're doing stuff. We have so many people that have come through training. I mean, we train thousands, right? We have people that come through training. We train thousands via the internet, YouTube classes. We used to do live trainings. We don't do that many live trainings anymore. Now everything goes through the mentorship. No more live training. But we do everything through the mentorship, which is live weekly. But I mean, like we used to do actual classes, you know, several classes per month. But we stopped that when we went into the mentorship. Because I find that mentorship is priceless. It's priceless. Because every week you're getting trained on something. Every week we're helping you to reach your goals, right? So anyway, yeah, if you're gonna do anything, just start with Notarize Like a Pro. If you want to really deep dive and grow this as a business on the side, then you can look at the mentorship program, or you can buy whatever courses you would like independently. But yeah, that's what I recommend. So start with the Start Your Business book, get an overview, then come back and join us for mentorship or the Notarize Like a Pro course. That would be my next steps for you. Debbie says, is it $47 a month? What days do you process payments? You process it whatever day you sign up. And yes, it's $47 per month or $27. Don't forget we got the $27 option too. Yes, it is monthly. And it comes out whatever day you sign up. So today is the, I don't know. I didn't look at the calendar today. I've been working all day and didn't even look at it. I think it's the 19th, 18th, 19th. Is it the 20th? I don't know. But whatever day you sign up, if it's the 18th, it'll come out every 18th. If it's the 15th, it'll come out every 15th. So whatever day you sign up, that's when it's going to come out. Okay, cool. So it's not a set day of the month. Lisa says she can't wait. Yeah, Lisa, I'm looking forward to that too. Sheila's asking, is Notarize Like a Pro $27 per month? No, Notarize Like a Pro is one course. It's one course. It is included in the $27 a month plan though. So you got to see, do you need to own it or do you want to just, come through and watch it and be a part of the mentorship program, okay? So you have choices. Play around with the website. But Notarize Like a Pro by itself is not $27 per month. You can buy the course by itself. So there's a whole list of the courses, and they're all 70% off if you use that coupon code. Okay, Chris is saying, okay, that's what I was looking for. I haven't notarized anything yet. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. My pleasure. I hope we get to work with you further. Debbie says, I was a work notary, and I agree with you. My boss knew nothing, just stamp documents. Debbie, I was a work notary too. I didn't even know you could make money as a notary until 2019. Short version of my story. You'll read it in the book. But my sister was ill. Unfortunately, I did lose her in 2019. But in October of that year, one of my, no. Hold on. Maybe one of my second to my last visits with her in Michigan, because we're all from Michigan. And her friend came by to visit her, and I was just like, hey, what you doing for work? Just casually. I'm always talking to people, running my mouth, right? I'm that person. I said, what you doing for work? And she was like, oh, I'm a notary. And I said, a notary? She said, yeah, people pay me. They come to me or I go to them. I said, oh, really? I said, okay. So I came back to Georgia, and I found out about this notary thing. I said, oh. I said, this is a thing. I started watching YouTube, and I was like, okay. So, but I couldn't find nobody to tell me how to do the business. Nobody. I couldn't find nobody to tell me nothing. You talking about tight-lipped? Woo-hoo! And there was a little information on YouTube because I went down a rabbit hole like most of you. But even then, people was like, well, you could be a notary by my course. You could be a notary by my course. I couldn't find out no info, right? I was like, doggone it. I done watched you for an hour and I still don't know what to do. So when I did figure it out, and I just had to crack the code, like I said, I went down a rabbit hole, y'all. I went down the whole hole. And I figured it out. And I told my husband, I said, I got something I want to say. I want to go on YouTube and tell people what I learned because it took me forever. And I'm like, it just shouldn't have to be like that. It's more than enough business out here. It's more than enough. And so nobody would talk to me. I even had to call somebody in Tennessee to try to get some help. Because one day I was like, I got to learn, what is this? What is that? And I called this person in Tennessee. I looked up a notary. She was a 5-star notary in Tennessee. And she was so gracious. And she spoke to me. And after, like I said, after I started really learning some stuff, I said, you know what? Because I'm really self-taught. And I had a banking background. So don't forget that, guys. I had a banking background. So I knew about loan docs. I knew about mortgages. And I knew about home equity loans. And I knew about all that kind of stuff. But I didn't know that you could make it as a business. And then what does that look like? Even though I knew that from the banking side of it, now it's a notary piece. It's different, right? I had my banker's hat on, which I had to take off a lot because I'm like, well, why is this person getting that loan? That's too much. That ain't my business. They need to just sign this paper. Okay. So I had to take off my banking hat and focus on my notary duties, right? And I found out, oh, it's something called the unauthorized practice of law. Oh, what is that? That means you better shut up and don't be talking about these people's documents. Don't be telling them what to do. You cannot advise them, right? So, yeah, it's a big difference between being a work notary and being a business owner notary because I need to know why I'm doing something. I don't just stamp anything anymore. When I was at work, put the paper in front of me, stamp, because my manager told me to. Oh, so when I go to court, that's what I'm gonna tell them. My manager told me to do it. That does not work. So I wish I had knew even then what I know now. You know, fortunately, nothing ever came back. And most bankers are not trying to do something to get themselves in trouble. But I don't know. You got the Wells Fargo thing, right? However, that being said, you need to know for yourself, why are you doing something? That's what makes this a skill. That's what makes this an art form, right? Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't do it. And everybody can't do it right, right? That's why a lot of times if you've been watching me for any time, you'll hear me say, I was hired as a third notary. Lisa was hired as a third notary before. She's in mentorship too. Right? These people were hired as a third notary because the first two didn't get it right. And that's why signing services have to pay so low, right? Because they got to pay $20 to see, let me see who I can get for $20. They're probably going to mess it up. So let me go ahead. I don't know why they do this. I say this every day. I don't know why signing services play this game though. The first notary they sent out for $20, right? The next one they sent out for $40. And then finally, that $40 notary messed it up too. Now you got to go ahead and pay me $75 or $100. I mean, it is what it is. Why don't you just go ahead and send it out to me for $100? I go out there and knock it out and get it over with. That's like Russian roulette with the client's documents. Now, somebody may challenge me and say, well, Kimmi, that's not why we pay so low. Maybe you can tell me something different. Because I'm looking at the forms. I'm looking at the closing disclosure and everything, and it says that you made $300. Somebody made $300, but I only got $20, or that notary only got $20 because I ain't going for $20. So why'd you only pay that notary $20 and you made $300? Tell me why. I don't understand. The math doesn't math, right? Now, my whole thing is I don't mind if signing services get a cut. I do not. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a whole topic on that. I'm gonna cover it a wee bit today, but I think that might be tomorrow's topic. I don't mind the signing services getting a cut. I don't. Why? Because they went and got the client. I don't care. Just give me some of it. Be fair with me though. See, I'm not gonna have you get $300, you give me $20. I'm not going. Now somebody else might go, but the person that they hire for $20, they already know they're gonna mess it up, and that's $20, and they asking the notary to bring a witness. I sit there. My husband one day he's a notary too. If y'all don't know Jeffrey, he's a notary. He showed me his phone. He said, "Kimmi, look at this. I'm looking at it and I said, are they for real? The job was a loan modification. 20 $20 plus they needed the notary to provide the witness. Now, if you only made 20 and you got to pay a witness 25 typically, how much are you in the hole? Somebody help me out. That means you're going out there at negative $5. Now, why do I care? And why would I go out there to get your loan package that you made $300 done? You made $300. I'm in a hole $5. The witness made more than I did. Did that make sense? The math is not mathing, people. It's not. So you got to be experienced as a notary to get the money that we're talking about, okay? When I tell you I make $100 per pop, I ain't leaving my house under 50. I can demand that because I'm worth it. I know my stuff, right? But you don't know your stuff. Yeah, you taking a $20 job and you doing $20 work. I guarantee it. Because a real notary that knows what they're doing, even if they're a newer notary, they come through my mentorship program, they're not taking a $20 job. No, because you already know you got to pay your witness 25. So you already in the hole. The math doesn't math. The math doesn't math. So sometimes it's because of a lack of experience, even in how to play this notary game, that you ain't making no money. All roads lead back to pricing. Boom. Boom. If you don't know your business, you don't know how to price. You don't know that you should be pricing. Okay? You don't know that you should be charging more. So it's so irritating. And there's no one that's just going to sit down and tell you all this. Well, yes, it is. It's me. How about that? But you got to work with me, though. You got to join the program. You know, people are like, well, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. My heart breaks no more because I got it down to the lowest that I can go, 27 or 47. So my heart no longer can afford to say, oh, the poor people. Because the poor people getting their nails done, they getting their hair done, they getting their brows done, they getting them tinted, they get stomach done. I mean, all kind of stuff. People getting all regular people now are getting all these different things. Back in the day, it was a luxury. But your regular average person is doing these different things, but yet you cannot afford training. Get your priorities straight. And if the government shutdown hasn't taught you anything, you better have your own. How are you going to take care of you? If your company shut down tomorrow, a lot of y'all sitting on y'all commissions, you sitting on your supplies, you have dual tray printers because you bought it during the heyday, and you still are not growing your business, but you working over here growing somebody else's business. That's a problem, guys. It's a problem, and it's not getting any better. I think the shutdown is into whatever day this is today. I don't know, 18, 20, whatever it is. And they don't know if people are going to get food stamps next month, right? They don't know if people are going to actually get their food stamps. So if I'm that person and I'm on food stamps, I'm not waiting around to see what the government is going to do. I'm about to go do something for me, right? Why are we waiting? I'm watching these different YouTubers and these different content creators, and I know it's good it's good entertainment, right? It's good entertainment. They getting ready to cut off my food stamps and they getting ready to cut off this. But these are real people's lives. These are real people out here who are depending on food stamps. Again, I'm not waiting on it. I had a family member one time and they did qualify. They qualified to get food stamps. It was going to be like $400 a month food stamps. And the person had a car. So I told the person, you qualify for the food stamps. I'm like, get rid of the car so you can get the food stamps, because they're not going to give you food stamps. You got a car payment, right? Unless you know some workaround. Now, I don't know, and I ain't getting into all that. I'm not even getting ready to act like this is that channel, because it's not, but I'm making a point. So I told the person, I said, I would get rid of the car and go ahead and get your $400 of food stamps. Your car payment is $300. So, I mean, you shortchanging yourself, right? I'm about business at the end of the day. Math got to math. So in my world, get rid of the car, get your $400 in food stamps to go buy your pay for a car. Boom. Okay. However, the person's like, I don't want the government all in my business like that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not selling my car so I can get food stamps. Wow. What integrity. What integrity. Now that I didn't have it, because again, I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, oh, this poor single mom, she got these kids. She could be getting some help, right? But she was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if you know somebody, if this may not even be for you, but I'm getting ready to say right now, if you know somebody and they are in a situation where their food stamps are in jeopardy in 2 weeks, can they start their business in 2 weeks? But it wouldn't be that much longer if they started today. It wouldn't be that much longer before they might start getting their first client on Google or something. So my point is, I'm gonna sit around and wait for the government on the first and say, okay, dog, my food stamps didn't come. Now what I'm gonna do? Are you kidding? The writing is on the wall. Something could change, but people didn't think it was gonna go on this long. So I don't know. We have to start owning stuff, guys. We have to. Now I'm gonna go off the notary soapbox for a minute. I'm getting ready to put on my other hat. Creators Club with Kimmi is coming soon. If you have an idea, it may not be notary related. That's okay. I'm gonna still be a notary at the end of the day. That's what I do. I bleed notary. But my second thing that come out the other arm, I bleed notary in this arm, and I bleed business in this arm. Is owning something. Own a business. Own a business. How many of you have an idea other than notary that you would be interested in trying to start your own YouTube channel? Write a course, write an ebook, start a podcast, but you don't know what to do. You have no clue. We tell you to do these things as content creators, right? We know which way the world is going. It's going digital, AI. Now, everybody's not going to be able to rock with that, and that's okay. But can you? Can you? I'm not really worried about everybody. The few people that's going to ride the train with me, let's go, right? It's not for everybody. Everybody cannot even go where I'm going, right? Even in my world, I have friends that they don't understand me. They don't understand me. They like, Kimmi, I see you everywhere. They think I'm working all day with this content thing. No, I'm not. But I know that's the game I walk. That's the game I chose to play in. Everybody ain't going to the NBA. They're not. Only a select few out of all the people we see play ball, right? And there's some great ballers out there. And even once they get to the NBA, everybody don't reach LeBron status, right? Michael Jordan status. It's only a few that's gonna go even higher than that. So you got to the NBA. So what? Okay, great. Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do? Even Magic Johnson, I was watching him on something recently, and I was like, dang, he a bad something, y'all. He was bad on the basketball court, but he even badder as a business owner, okay? Hear what I'm saying, and I hope you listening to me, okay? I really pray you are listening to me. He was great as a basketball player, but as a business owner, the man is talented. The man is talented. Don't be a one-hit wonder. Don't let your 9 to 5 be your only thing that's separating you from you and being outdoors, right? They already say most people are one paycheck away from a major catastrophic event. One paycheck. With this government shutdown, people got paid on the 15th. They waiting to see if we're going to get a check on the 30th. The way things are going, who knows? Who knows? Now they putting people on alert for the first. I've been watching people talking about, well, we just gonna go in there and steal what we want. Excuse me? Is that what the world is coming to? How about let's get a job? Let's start a business. Let's go cut some grass. You know, do we need to go clean some windows? Do we need to babysit? So that's what my whole new thing is. Over here, I'm teaching notary, but my new channel, well, it ain't new, but it was called Business Life with Kimmi. Now it's called Creators Club. You can check it out because it's coming soon, y'all. I'm working on some stuff over there. I'm so excited. Most of the courses are already completed. It's going to work just like notary educators. But I'm going to be teaching entrepreneurs how to get some of this digital money. How to get some of this digital money. Little kids, 5 years old, 4 years old, teenagers are making money in this digital space. But this older crowd, either they don't know how to do it, they don't want to do it, they think they don't have to learn it. You know, even AI. I got a whole AI course. It's real nice, y'all. My new courses are beautiful. Oh, the slides are beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So it's coming soon. Creators Club with Kimmi. And you can look at the website, but it's not complete. It's not complete. But my point is, that's my new mission, is to help people own something. It's a frightening world out there, but it could be a little less frightening if you own your own business. You would think the reverse is true, but every day you got to go to work and say, are they going to fire me today? Is this the day? I know we got layoffs and furloughs coming. Is this the day they're going to pick me? I called in late for work one time, and the other people have never called in. My baby was sick, right? What are we going to do? What are you going to do? You have a business. You're not maximizing it. You don't want to put in the work. You don't want to do the training. It's too much. It costs too much. It costs too much. At $47 a month and you got a whole business where you could be making thousands per month, people are doing it in the mentorship program. Okay. We got a lot of people that walk in silence over there. Occasionally they'll come up for air. Yeah, I did 4 signings yesterday. Oh, really? Okay. Now you just not sharing that. And they don't have to. You don't have to share, but it's just encouraging when you do. But just think about all this, guys. It's just a lot going on. I'm telling you. And I have to cut the news off sometimes because it's just too much. It's just too much. Let me get y'all last few comments though. So Debbie, yeah, let's take you from being a work notary to making your money. LD says it's the 20th. Thank you. I didn't know what day it is. It's the 20th of the month. Thank you. A place for her says the 20th. Thank y'all, because I didn't know what day it was. I know it's Monday because I've been just working. Like I said, I'm rolling out this new project. So I always got something to do. Always got something to do. You should be busy too. If you ain't busy enough, that means you need to be doing something. And I want you doing it for yourself, guys. Please own something. Own something. People have been telling you to own houses, own property, own land, own something. Own your car, own your business, own something. Okay? Please, 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 please. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Lisa's like, sure was. A whole lot of negativity. Yes, right? Sheila's like, yes. So last call for questions. I see we got quite a few people that have joined us. Last call. Today we were talking about pricing. Then I went on a few tangents. So let me know. What's up? What y'all think? Any more questions? Any more comments? We're going to get ready to head out of here. We got 3 minutes before I head out of here and continue my job, my other job. So yeah, but just own something, guys. I'm telling you, this whole thing, it don't matter what side you on. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the side of Kimberly Nunnally. I'm on the side of what do I have to do to pay Walton EMC this month? I'm on that side, right? Debbie says, Kimmi, thank you for the encouragement. I can't wait to own my business. Yes, Debbie, I'm serious. You want to own your own business, own something. And again, we're not taught how to do it. That's why the mentorship business, for the notary is amazing too, because we teach you step by step. We even have a build your business course in there and we walk through that with you. As you're building it, you can ask questions in the chat and stuff, right? For live assistance. But the point is, most of us have not been taught how to have a business. And it's funny because I didn't realize my parents were entrepreneurs in the fullest sense until the last few years. I really didn't. My dad worked at Ford Motors, so a lot of times they would get laid off. And in between time, they started a carpet cleaning business. That business grew so much. And my mother didn't have systems and all that kind of stuff. She had an old notepad that she would write down appointments. And she was very organized, despite having all of us children, 4 kids. Despite having all of us, my mama was a beast master. No formal education in business. But my mama knew her stuff, okay? So I learned from the best. I learned old-fashioned ways. So now we got systems and we have Excel spreadsheets and we have all of this fancy to-do stuff. Nah, honey, she was counting on her fingers. She'd be like, okay, 500 plus 500. Okay, baby. She wasn't even using no calculator. Her little fingers just worked. Okay? She wasn't using Excel. She wasn't using none of that. She had a yellow notepad or a spiral notepad you get from the Dollar Tree, and she would be writing down appointments. Then she ended up getting into some property. So my mother was a beast master, okay? Beast master. So I learned from the best, not knowing that I was being taught. Interesting, huh? The majority of you, though, unfortunately, has never had nobody teach you. You have not. You have not. So I'm very passionate. When I say that, I'm not just saying that for sound effects. I'm very passionate about people winning and owning their own business. My sister finally got the memo, y'all. Finally. Let me get y'all comments. Finally got the memo. She is still at her day job. She's reduced her hours so she can focus on her business. You'll start seeing her soon. She was supposed to start with me a couple weeks ago doing YouTube, but she still was wrapping up some things at work, and I didn't want to overwhelm her. Now here I go being nice and kind to her, right? The beast master me should have been like, so now we got to come over here and do this. But anyway, I didn't do that. And she fully grown. You can't make nobody do nothing. But now she's at a point she wants to. So she got her commission. She's ready to go. You'll be seeing much more of her in the coming days. In the coming days. So be looking out for Kay Denise. Lisa says, and you will own your own business too, Debbie. I'm glad I was encouraging today, okay? I really am. And I want that for each of you. Now, are all of you going to open a business and it grow to the scale that I'm getting ready to teach in Creators Club, where you can have a YouTube channel, podcast, an ebook, courses, membership, the whole nine? That may not be for all of you. Maybe some of you just want to do a podcast. Maybe some of you just want to do a blog. So I'm going to be talking about all of those things. And those are things that you should be doing in your notary business too. I'll be truly transparent with you though. When I talk about any of those kind of things over here on this channel, no one's interested. Most people just want to talk about the money. The people that are truly interested, they come from the YouTube community and join me over in the Notary Educators community to learn how to run a notary business. But most of the people here just want to talk about, how can I make six figures? I want to make six figures a month. I want to make six figures, 100,000, 100,000. That's all they want to talk about. 10,000, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month. You can't get there if you don't know what you're doing. You have to build out the business. You have to. There's no workaround. There's no workaround. So anytime I talk about money, woohoo, those videos go sky high. And that's why I don't do a lot of fluff videos. I don't. Could I get on here every day and say, you can make 10,000, you can make 10,000, you can make, I could do that, but that's not the person I'm even interested in. I want the person that want to build a business big, brick by brick, slow Sunday dinner, and get the money the right way. Okay. Because there's no shortcut anyway. So you can listen to the other people if you want to. There is no shortcut. You got to do every single step I'm telling you to do. You got to. There's no workaround. Now you can do what's called build for you, done for you, and all that. Somebody can build it and do it for you. But I'm still sometimes of the mindset that when you build that thing yourself, it's a whole lot different. It's a whole lot different. I can go buy a chocolate cake, devour that thing, and be like, "Ooh, that was good." But if I bake a chocolate cake from scratch, we're going to eat a little bit slower. Everybody ain't even getting none. I put a lot of work into that. I go buy a Publix cake. I'm like, girl, you want to come get some of this cake? I got too much. But when I slaved over the stove and I put every chocolate chip in the chocolate chip batter or whatever, yeah, we're going to look at it a little bit different. Okay. Lisa says, leaving my 9 to 5 for the day on my way to notarize some docs. See, Lisa don't play about her business. She does not. She does not. I'm proud to call her my friend. And she's in mentorship too. Lisa's a good person. Really good person. Really good person. Lisa V. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Kimmi. I appreciate the knowledge you are providing. Lisa, are you Lisa that's in mentorship? I sent you a couple emails. I want to make, is that you, Lisa? I'm sure there's more than one Lisa Vasquez, but I want to see if that's you. Because I did send you an email. Is that you, Lisa? I'm going to hang out while you tell me. Yes. So did you get in? I sent you 2 more emails. Did you get in, Lisa? Were you able to see your courses? Because I don't think you responded to me. Yes. Cool. Okay. Okay, cool. And then, Lisa, there's also a mobile app you can download, okay? There's a mobile app you can download for Kajabi. And last question, Lisa, will you be in the live session tomorrow? I look forward to meeting you. Tomorrow night, 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern. And welcome to the program. Hey, Martha. Martha's in the program. Hey, Notary fam. What's up? What's up? Will you be in the live session tomorrow, Lisa? Martha, do you come to the live sessions too? Guys, people are sleeping on the live sessions. They are sleeping on the live sessions. Some people schedule don't permit it. They go back and watch the replay. I appreciate that. And it's still good for you. The information is still good. But it's nothing like being in the room where it's happening. Any of my Hamilton people, they got that song, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I need to be in the room where it happens. I hope they don't give me a copyright strike for that. But you want to be in the room where it's happening. Okay? Lisa says, yeah, I want to try. Yeah, try your best, Lisa, to make that. If not, you'll see the replay. But it's nothing like being in the room live. I'm glad you did get access, and I did send you a couple of emails. I was right on top of that. All right, guys. I'm going to say goodbye on behalf of Notary Educators. We do have a few more people. If y'all got anything else, I'll stay a few more minutes because we had a few people to enter. Lisa. Elisa. Okay. Elisa. Oh, hey, Elisa. I love that little heart. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Elisa. I told you I'll be remember all these aliases. Elisa plays for her. I love that it plays for her though. Elisa, so how things going? Well, I just saw you on the chat. Cause sometimes I'll do like a phone call to group too. I might do that today. Well, no, we're gonna meet tomorrow. We'll catch up tomorrow. If we talk too much today, we want to talk about tomorrow, right? We'll talk tomorrow. All right, Elisa, I will see you tomorrow over in the live session too, okay? Anybody else with a question really quick before we go? Because I am wrapping up. This is it. Last call. Okay, Elisa. Last call for questions. Anything else? Okay, going once, twice. Anything else? All righty. Well, all things notary, check out notaryeducators.com. Again, I am your host, Kimmi Nunnally. All is well. Okay, let's chat tomorrow. Okay, cool. Very good. I love to hear that. Or I'll see you over the chat. So you got to wait if you need something. All right, guys. Well, until next time, I wish everyone much success in your businesses. And don't forget, own something, guys. Own something. Own something. I joined at $27. Okay, Chris. Oh, cool. So I'll see you in the live session tomorrow. Will I see you in the live session tomorrow, Chris? I hope so. And thank you for joining. I appreciate it. But I'm excited for what it's going to do for you and your business. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm excited what you're going to gain from it and being in the community. When you eventually get ready, you can upgrade. Just kind of see how this works out for you. But join us for the live session tomorrow. You'll get an email. Usually I send it out 6 o'clock, an hour before the session starts. So look for that email tomorrow, okay? Join us live. Tomorrow is all about customer service with Lori Wilson, okay? I'll be there too, but Lori is spearheading it. Our group is doing so amazing now I can start asking some of them to start teaching, and I'm loving that piece. I'm loving that piece. So hopefully more to come in the future. All right, guys, until next time, on behalf of Notary Educators with Kimmi, be about it. Don't sleep on it.